As you see, we got Brandon Whitt, Middle Tennessee. It's Murfreesboro, just south of Nashville, that we're going to be talking to in this video and on the podcast this week. And I have to confess, I learned an awful lot about barley and how that goes into beer production and to some of the other spirits. And that's kind of where we start when we start our visit with Brandon. In the middle of the podcast, he started explaining something that was so visual, I had to bring up my camera and try and catch as much of it as I could. So here he is explaining 2-row versus 6-row barley.
Of grain up the left-hand side of your finger and a row of grain up the right-hand side of your finger. And that is how we differentiate that is 2-row barley. You'll have barley on one side, a row of barley seed on one side, row of barley seed on the other side. And so that is the difference. There is also a 6-row barley. That would be barley seeds on 6 sides of
like
that stem.
Like hexagon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what all are you growing now?
Like literally right now?
Well, I mean,
or just in general?
This year in general.
We are doing, takes us about a little over 900 acres of corn to supply our corn market. So we have a new distillery coming right up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sazerac owned.
Yeah.
You know, you ever heard Sazerac? Mm-hmm. Sazerac owns Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Pappy Van Winkle, Fireball. Yeah. Like it's the parent company.
They're the big ones.
Owns Tito's Vodka. They own all these.
Nice.
But they're building a new distillery. And then we supply Old Smoky Moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supplying them with all their corn.
Now, Brandon and his family have this farm not far outside of Nashville. And in recent years, they made it so that it's a little bit more of a destination as well as a working farm. They took some of the cabins that have been on the place for years, some of them decades, maybe centuries. I'm not sure how long the cabins have been there, but the farm has been there for more than 200 years. And as you see in this video, they've done an incredible job of bringing that history to life. You really feel it when you're at the place. It is kind of a bygone era. It is a 2-century farm, and can't help but think that kind of impacts the way they look at the future. As you see here, this is where the berry patch actually is behind the retail store that we're about to go in. But this is also where you have some of the equipment come for some of the grain crops, some of the pork products that come through the farm. And they also work with a number of other farms in the area to bring in products that they can sell there locally, just from that immediate area, because not every farm is going to have its own store right there on location.
I love the Jack Daniels. That's a nice barrel.
Yeah, a guy I market some grain from gave us that. I was actually going to put some strawberry wine in it.
That's funny.
I was there around the holidays, and it was packed. There were people coming in and out the entire time. So while Brandon was busy with me doing the podcast, his father-in-law, John, was working with some of the customers, and they had a team there that was able to do that. But it's nice to see a number of people coming by throughout the day, purchasing some of the local eggs, pork products, all that kind of stuff. Not a lot of berries to be picking this time of year, but the farm does all of those things. I have to tell you though, my family loves the meat case. And specifically, big fans of the bacon, the chorizo, and a friend of mine has an incredible pork ossobuco recipe that I think I'm going to link here because you're going to want it. I'm your host, Janice Person. Thank you for spending this time with us. Hope you pull up the podcast in your favorite app. That's Grounded by the Farm. And you can also always find us on our website. We host podcasts, videos, other blog posts, groundedbythefarm.com. Thank you.